Hey class, today we're going to learn how to make hardtack, the original survival food. For this, you will need 2 cups of flour, 1½ teaspoons of salt, and 1 cup of water. Combine all of your ingredients into a mixing bowl until a dough begins to form. You'll want to keep some extra flour nearby so that you can flour your work surface. Pour out the dough and knead it until it is well combined. You may need to add more flour. The dough is finished when it no longer sticks to the surface or to your hands. Next, you will stretch out the dough until a roughly rectangular shape. Make sure it has an even thickness of about 1/2 inch. Use a sharp knife to trim off the excess so that you can have straight edges. Next, cut the dough into evenly sized squares or rectangles. They don't have to be perfect. Once these are finished, recombine the extra dough and repeat the process until you've used it all up. Lay out your squares on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Make sure no edges are touching. With a fork, poke holes in the squares. Make sure they go almost all the way through. When you finish this, turn them over and do the same to the other side. Now it's time to bake the hardtack. Bake them at 375, or if you have a convection oven, at 350. The hardtack should bake for 1 hour. 30 minutes in, flip the squares over to ensure they cook evenly. Use this time to clean your dishes and your workspace. Once your hardtack is done baking, let it air out over a day or 2 to get rid of any leftover moisture. Your finished hardtack should feel about as hard as a brick. You can store it in an airtight container. Hardtack keeps for a long time. There's even a piece in a museum from 1862. This food has a long shelf life, is inexpensive, and has a decent number of calories. That's why it was a staple food of armies, sailors, and overlanders heading out into the frontier.